If you never changes. And it was strong. It was great. I believe it was in Macon, Georgia. And that crowd is electric. And this is when Dad, man, I mean, Dad is a promo guy, promo king of all promo kings. And while he's talking, you know, and I come out to the ringside and get in the ring, and I got my cowboy hat on and everything, and he's talking, man, and the people are listening, and he pulls up his hand, they shut down, man. It's like you're being preached a sermon. And it same thing for me, man. Listening to him, you get chill bumps thinking, you know, my God, my dad is asking me to be his partner, and the place is erupting, and, you know, it's like, what an honor to be able to say you did that, you know, to step in the ring with your father. That to me is like unreal, man. And, you know, it's like that promo plays over and over and over, and you see it online constantly, and people try, you know, they'll walk up to you and they start talking, like trying to mimic Dusty's voice, and always quoting that promo, you know. And it's like, it's incredible how much that promo made an impact on the wrestling industry and everybody's lives, you know, because Dusty, let's face it, he wasn't a body Adonis, but he had more charisma in his pinky than most wrestlers ever will. And it was incredible to watch him perform and to watch him do what he did. And, man, he could work a crowd like nobody's business. And it was just, I miss him so, so much. And it's incredible how, you know, every day, you know, I don't know, like when somebody passes, your loved one passes, man, and you're looking for them to come to you in a dream or to be touched somehow in your life. You know, you're always looking. And I never saw that since he passed until I heard about, I looked it up, and I was in, you know, out back, and I saw a cardinal come up, and I had read that cardinals mean that, you know, a loved one is visiting you and is there. And immediately, man, I took that as, that's my dad. And he's saying, I'm here. I'm with you. I love you, you know. And the only time since his passing have I felt his presence was the other night at Double or Nothing. It is unexplainable. It's tear-jerking. It's emotional. But once they started chanting Dusty, it's like the whole crowd, everyone just disappeared. And I felt in such a zone, and I felt like Dad was right there in the rafters. He was right above us in the rafters, looking down, watching both of his sons create some magic. And we could have missed 1,000 things in that match, which we didn't, and it wouldn't have mattered. The story was set. Everything, the cards had been dealt, and the stars aligned for that night, and it was just one of the most, it is, in my 31 years in the business, the most special moment I've ever had in our industry. It was that meaningful, and I knew he was there watching, and I knew that he had his hands on us, and he was protecting both of his boys. And, you know, when you look for it, sometimes you don't see it, but then it pops up like that, man, so powerful, and you remember it for the rest of your life. And he was there. He was there with us, man, and we all miss him. Our family misses him to death, and we love him. But we got to keep stepping and keep going through life and do what he taught us and try to carry on the next generation and the next and the next and make a better life for people in this world. And to be honest with you, man, that was one of those times that, you know, I'm lucky to be a part of it, which is like, oh God, now what do we do? For me personally, and that's in our mentality. This is what we have to do. That was Double or Nothing was last week. Fight for the Fallen is in a month, and we got to step it up, and we got to knock another home run. We got to knock it out of the park for the world to see, and make AEW something very, very special, which it will be, and it's growing, and it already has such a huge following, and it's going to be fun to watch. If I'm with them or if I'm not with them, it's going to be a fun thing to watch.
And Cody did the great homage to Dad, obviously, with his own version of the "You Never Changes" promo. Basically,
it was great.
Did you feel that emotion like you did back in '94?
Let me tell you something about this, because I was young back then and wasn't very emotional back then, but, because I just didn't see it. But, I mean, Double or Nothing, that match, I was bawling. I was bawling, and then when he cut that promo and we laid it all out there, it was the final cap, it was the lid to it, and it sent it home, and it sent both of us over the edge. And Cody will tell you he wasn't crying, but when I was hugging him, and his body's shaking and my body's shaking, we're both squalling like babies. The whole arena, crying and just cheering. It's just a perfect moment, It's a perfect moment, and I loved what he said. And it took me back to when Dad cut that promo. And that's awesome. I think that was cool. We haven't seen or heard that promo in so long that, Dusty's son said it in a different way to bring it home and make it emotional and to end it with a bang, and did so very well. Cody's a talented motherfucker, man. He is incredible. He is incredibly smart, intelligent. He's got every bit of Dad's, creative genius. And I know he's going to do very well with what is given him, with the task at hand. And it was incredible, man. It really was. I mean, dang, I'm still a week later. It's just now kind of easing off a little bit, but it's holy hell, man! I felt it for days and days, and I was hurting, and I had stitches, but my knees were hurting. I got a shot in the knee after that. My shoulder was shot, and now it's loosened up. But it was I could barely walk, and I had to do a couple of signings at StarCast and do that Inside the Ropes with Kenny Mac. And I was I'm tired and I'm sore, but man, just to get out there and to talk and tell them my story of the night before, what happened, and just go through it emotionally in my mind. And I started crying again. I cried for a couple of days. It was tremendously special for me.